job tasks that I have a virtual assistants do for my business. Hey gang, this is Mike with my real estate dojo. So let's just dive in. The very first thing I did for my real estate, I buy houses, is I used to have VAs do cold calling for me. Okay, so we would get the expired list, we would get the divorce list, we would get the uh, foreclosure list, and I would have them cold call these sellers and qualify them to see if they're motivated or not. Okay. Now you may ask, well, Mike, how did you get those lists? That's a very good question. I would have another VA, call a back end VA, that would go to the county clerk's office and they would pull up the divorce list, or and then skip trace them to get the phone numbers and the emails, etc. So the back end VA gathered all the data, what I call data mining. And my front end VA, they use their voice to generate leads. So they work together as a transformer. Now the question is, you say, well, what is a back end VA? A back end VA does all the stuff that's not voice related. Like they can do your social media marketing, they can do your data mining, they can pull all this information up for you, okay? But they're not going to be getting it on the phone for you. A front end VA basically is the front of your business. They're on the phone all the time. They're only using their voice. We're not using front end VAs to do data mining because it takes a lot of time, and anyone can do data mining, but not a lot of people can do front end work, what I call front end VA. Okay, because they got to have good mastery of English. They got to have good sales skills, negotiation skills, etc. Okay, so I would have a front end VA and back end VA work together. One would gather the data, and the front end VA would work those and generate leads for my I buy houses business. Okay. That was one way that I would use virtual assistants. The other way I would use virtual assistants is on the back end of the business when I bought the house and I was going to rent it out, okay? Because when you rent a house out, there's so many people that call you like, well, what's the square foot? What is this? What's the deposit? What is this? I have all these questions, okay? And it takes a lot of manpower. So I would have a front end VA, a different front end VA, take all the incoming calls for my rental business, okay? And so I would have a front end VA generate leads to buy me houses, okay, with the help of a back end VA to gather the data. Then I would have a front end VA for the back end of the business when I bought the houses to lease them out, okay? And that VA would take all the incoming calls, send out all the emails, send out the flyers for the properties, etc. And they would also deal with the property management sites. When people called and they had a problem, they would take it and then pass me the information. Okay, so I just showed you in my I buy houses how I use VAs. Just simple two ways that I use VAs. Actually, three ways. Okay, data mining, generating leads through cold calling, and on the back end of the business when I bought the house by taking all the incoming calls and inquiry and getting the houses rented out and sending the application, sending the credit, all that good information, gathering all the information that I need and pre-screening the buyers. I'm sorry, the renters. Okay, now in my moving business, I also had virtual assistants. Okay, I had virtual assistants that once again took all the incoming calls because I was doing a lot of marketing, and tons of people will call every day getting quotes. So instead of hiring, one time I had a lot of people inside of my office, and then I realized that I should just go to VAs, and that saved me a lot of money. Okay, so these VAs at my moving company, when people called to get a quote, they would give them a quote over the phone. They would send them an email. They would send them the proposal, send them the contract, follow up with them to make sure they pay the deposits, etc. Okay. Then I also had other front end VAs from my moving company that did cold calling to like businesses to get big moves, like $5,000 moves, $15,000 moves, $7,000 moves, etc. Okay. Then I also had VAs that did back end work to gather the leads for the people to make the front end work. And I don't want to go into that because I don't want to spill all the trade secrets of my moving business. Okay. If you're interested in the moving business and you want some consulting, reach out to me at my real estate dojo. Or if you have a business, reach out to me if you want to use VAs in your business at my real estate dojo. Or better yet, get my course right now for only $119. That's like 99% off, ladies and gentlemen, because normally I sell this course for $1,500. So this is a 7-day course. It has all the paperwork, all the contract, the pay structure, the bonuses, etc., etc. And right now you can get it at va.myrealestatedojo.com. So going back to the story, I love virtual assistants because they make business very, very, very profitable, and they also make business in autopilot. Plus, they save me a lot of money in multiple dimensions. I don't have to pay for the infrastructure like the phone, like the desk, like the computer, like the internet. I get to save a lot of money on taxes because they're contractors and they live in a different country. And the benefits is just outweighs it. So any business owner that's not using the VA, you got to be freaking dumb, dude. I'm sorry to say that, okay? Because if you look at Amazon, you look at Walmart, you look at AT&T, Verizon, all these guys, Airbnb, all these guys are using VAs to deal with their customers. So why shouldn't you as a small business owner? And this is why I meant this course, my VA course, seven like a full day training course, is 7 hours long, ladies and gentlemen. And I go into everything: where to place the ads, how to hire them, how to filter them, my contracts with these VAs, my bonus structures with these VAs to motivate them, my pay structure, the ads, how to filter these things. I mean, I just go. There's so much information that like I can't just list it here. Okay. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I give it to you all. And I highly recommend, if you own a business, that you get this course, because if you own a pizza business, if you own a restaurant, if you own a trucking business, if you own a photography business, if you own a real estate business, if you own a brokerage firm, if you own I buy houses, if you own a construction, dude, you don't have a VA, you're crazy, because you're able to clone yourself, and there's so many tasks to give them. And if when you get my course, you'll see all the job tasks that I have these VAs do for my different companies, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so anyways, go to va.myrealestatedojo.com. Thank you so much for watching. Click the like button. Always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. Romy, peace.